In this video, we're going to take a look at the universal collective, this global energy for the lunar month of the Libra new moon, 2025. Welcome and greetings. Thank you for tuning in and watching or listening. My name is Edward, psychic medium, animal communicator, your soul messenger host, assisting us all, including myself, to live, love, and manifest the life that our soul intended for us to live this lifetime. Let's get busy. All right. Quick introduction, go to my website, edwardragosta.community. Link readings, that's where you'll find all the information you need to have a personal reading with myself in person, telephone, or online Zoom. Current rates. You can also subscribe for my video subscription service, Medium Tarot TV Plus. Feed your soul. Daily videos to make it the best life moving forward. All right. So let's jump in. So we're going to be continuing from Zodiac year 2025 that runs through, maybe not completely through, but like sometime April 2026, April 16th or so. And then there is the solar month of Libra 2025, but tomorrow we enter Scorpio 2025. So it depends on when you are viewing this video, and go to my website, link Medium Tarot TV, because that's where all the current videos will be. All right. So we have a new week energy. It's going to be the strongest October 21st through 28th, because everything discussed here is going to be an influence for the entire lunar month. And in this case, it is October 21st through November 19th, 2025. So this energy is, what I attribute to it is the sense of security within. And I feel this is very important because this makes us or breaks us. It's involved with the element of earth, and I feel it is key for success. Because even if we receive something, earn something, if we don't believe we are truly worthy, we can even unwittingly or subconsciously let it slip out from right through our fingers, energetic fingers. This is an energy of, could be mentorship, could be apprenticeship. If that rings true for you, then look into it. It is an energy of showing our wares, letting people know what we are available for, personal and or business. So if that feels right, then go for it. Having more perhaps of an online presence, or being more social perhaps, couldn't hurt, right? If that's your aim. All right, so that seems fine, right? But then when we get to the next energy, kind of puts our sense of security on the line, potentially. So let's go there. All right, so the day energy. So let's see what's going on for the day. So we start off the day with the moon in Libra. The new moon in Libra is at 8:25 a.m. Eastern. Adjust the time to where you are on the globe. And then the moon enters Scorpio at 11:42 a.m. Eastern. Adjust the time to where you are on the globe. Color of the day is scarlet. Now, whenever we have two moon cycles like this for a new moon or a lunar month or solar month, there is a shift, I find. So we start off with the Libra energy, and then we go into the Scorpio energy. So the Libra energy is balanced, equilibrium, fairness. And then the Scorpio energy is more Well, in this instance, it feels like getting down to business. So we can put everything in perspective, in order, but then it comes time to do something about it. That's how I'm foreseeing this energy. So we start off this lunar month putting everything in perspective, getting ready to take action. All right. Now, the actual day energy, this is a little bit challenging, I'll admit. Oh, I should say that the Astrological Association for the week energy is Mars in Capricorn. All right, I'll get back to that. Back to the day energy, the Astrological Association is Mars in Gemini. So that's the second reference to the planet Mars. This energy I attribute to it is negative waiting time, waiting for something to happen. It's like time being dragged out. It's like waiting for Godot. So of course we're not to go there, but if we are waiting for something, we have to be very mindful that we don't get caught up in that, because it's not a happy-go-lucky energy, right? We've all been there at one point. And sometimes when things drag on, we start to doubt ourselves. We start to think, is it our fault? So we don't want to go there. So, yes, patience is required. Though the feeling is that we put everything in perspective and in order first before we take an action. Okay? However long that takes. I'm hoping that we take care of it, though, the week of October 21st through the 28th. Because then the next week energy has to do with work and job. And we don't want to be figuring things out. We want to be ready for Freddy. We want to be ready for having the job that we want. And then the following week has to do with money. So best not to be in doubt. We want to know what we want and how we can get it. All right. Mm. All right. So before I move on to the next energy, which would be the psychic insight theme for this new moon, I'm going to mention the astrological associations. So for zodiac year energy, we have, which runs through, I think, April 16th, 2026. We have Virgo. Virgos are the it boys and girls. And we have Jupiter in Pisces. So if you're a Virgo sun, you're activated, empowered, and are triggered. And if you have the placement of Jupiter in Pisces, you are as well. For the solar month of Libra, I realize this is the last day of Libra, but if it falls on this day, it still is an influence. We have Scorpio sun signs. Of course, then we go into Scorpio, technically tomorrow, the solar month. But all Scorpio sun signs are activated, empowered, and are triggered. And then if you have the placement of Mars in Capricorn, and if you have the placement of Mars in Gemini, you're activated, empowered, and are triggered as well. Now, while we're here, a quick note about, before moving on, I should say, a quick note about Mars. The planet Mars represents, among other things, action, impetus, drive to move forward, keep moving forward, right? So we're going to need to sort things out, though, or to suggest it, sort things out, even if it's just our perspective, our mindset, before taking action. But we're going to want to take action. And for the solar month of Libra 2025, even though there's potential angst, it is still an action energy. So, If it ends up being the second half, or whenever feels appropriate. But like I said, if we can get it together the first week, October 21st through the 28th, would be better off. Sort everything out as much as possible, and then be ready to take action, if possible. All right. Now moving on to the Psychic Insight theme for this Libra new moon. This Libra new moon is at 28 degrees. The Astrological Association is Jupiter in Libra. That's our second reference to Jupiter in a year and in Psychic Insight theme for this new moon. The planet Jupiter is luck, expansion, growth. And I feel we create our own luck. Okay? Keep that in mind. It's not just for the lucky ones. We can all get lucky. And of course, it has to be in Libra because it's a Libra new moon after all. So if you're astrologically inclined, look to see where Libra 28 degrees falls on your chart. That's where the focus is. That's where the spotlight is. And then 6 signs opposite of that, which should be Aries, I believe. So 28 degrees, where 28 degrees Aries falls in your chart, is where the shadow aspect of this new moon would be. And all new moons, full moons, and eclipses have a shadow aspect to it if we want to go there, if we dare to go there. That's up to us. But part of that negative waiting time might have to do with a shadow that needs some light, needs some exposure to reality. And that brings us to the Psychic Insight theme, energy. This is an energy of the positive application, which of course we hope we go, is commitment. So, do we need to take a stand, not necessarily aggressively, but do we need to take a stand, maybe healthier boundaries? Do we need to commit to something, to ourselves? I mean, it's of the element of air, so it's the conscious mind, so it's our thinking, it's our perspective. I mean, what we think is what we become, so it is important. So there's the commitment aspect, all right? Then there is the energy of rest and relaxation. Do we need more? Are we getting enough? Do we need less? It could be um, no judgment at all, but sometimes when people are depressed, they oversleep. Of course, if you're ill, then you need more sleep. Your body needs more sleep. That's a different scene, different scenario. And then the negative connotation of this energy would be feeling trapped in a situation, circumstance, hopefully not relationship, but. And then if we are feeling trapped in anything, then certainly time would seem like it's being dragged out. So that's when we would have to put on our thinking caps and how we're going to get ourselves out of this. What can we change? And what can we not change? But what can we change? And does that include our perspective, point of view, or attitude towards something, person, place, thing? Just so don't feel stuck or trapped. All right. That might be more of an extreme, but sometimes it could happen. Studio Nudie says. All right. Now we're going to move on to the theme healing song, which is my favorite part. So the keywords I received were alone but not lonely. And then we ended up with the song called Called Out in the Dark, 2011 by Snow Patrol. If we're being called out, it might be because of circumstances or situations, But most likely it is or should be from ourselves. We're calling ourselves out. Do we need to call a timeout? Do we need to reassess? Do we need to review? Get a healthier perspective, attitude, mindset. If we need to take a bird's eye view or perspective, big picture perspective, do so, please. If it feels right, do so. A different angle or point of view, different set of eyes, if you will. Okay. I did not want to go with "Oh Woe Is Me" song, so that's why we went. So a lot of the songs that have "alone" in the title is about being lonely, and just because we are alone doesn't necessarily mean that we are lonely. So I didn't want to go there. So that's why we went with "Called Out in the Dark." I felt it was more positive connotation. Though whatever you need to feel, allow yourself, just don't get stuck there or trapped. And of course, seek assistance if need be. Help is out there if we know where to look. Okay? All right, so I'm going to end it there. Our saving grace is the solar month energy of action, activity, out with the old, in with the new. Because otherwise, this could be downright oppressive. But we're not to go there, if at all possible. All right, so until next time we connect, be well, take care. Thanks for tuning in and watching or listening. And we hope to connect with you real soon in another video or in a personal reading. Until next time, take care.